It's your man SuavenyV. I'm here back with another video. I'm here gonna be reacting to the GQ podcast with Jay-Z. I hear a lot of people talking about that, you know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, you know, he rarely talks. And you know what I'm saying, he talk every so often, but we're gonna tune in and check it out, see what he talking about. Excuse the noise, my roommate, she just going ham with the music. But we gonna still tune in and get it in.
It's been a long time since you sat down for one of these.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
I watched Fab
What are you
and
up to?
Wow.
they know this earlier today, and they were talking about something Jay-Z said on Let's Rap About It.
Most people go through their things, you know, very practically.
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. I'm fucking Jay-Z. Respectfully.
Or
Like, for what? Oh, to what end?
how would you rate your 2025? Like looking back on last year.
It was hard. Really hard. I was like heartbroken.
Really?
Yeah. I'm glad we got right to that. You know, so we just get that out the way.
Okay.
Like, I was really heartbroken by like everything that occurred.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with all like, you know, we in a space now where it's just like, almost like consequence is not thought about enough.
Yeah.
So everything is so instant. You know what I'm saying?
That's important starting off. Like, one thing about me that makes me different is I always thought about the consequences. I always thought about the consequences of my actions. I always thought about, okay, cool, if I do this gonna result into this consequence. This gonna be bad for me. I always thought about the consequences. And as I got older, you realize, like, watching people like Benny Siegel and watching certain people, they was like, when you hear them tell their story, they always said that they was never worried about consequences. They ain't never even thought about consequences, and that's what make me be more cautious and be more careful. And it'll put fear in your heart too, but it should put a little bit of fear in your heart, but not too much to the point where you don't really do what you're supposed to do. But like me, I always think twice about certain situations, and I always think about the consequences. And if you do think about the consequences, you'll be a little cautious of your decisions that you make. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to a girl, like, you know you don't want no kids, so you know you ain't gonna skeet in her. And when it comes to going to jail, I ain't finna do that because I ain't even wanna go to jail. You know, I got kids to feed. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of young people, they don't really care, or they don't even take the time to even think about the consequences. And that's very important what he said, consequences, like thinking of the consequences and putting everything on a balanced beam, it really helps. So thinking about the consequences for your actions, it really helps in your decision making on what you're doing.
And like that whole Busby,
The civil lawsuit that was dropped, dismissed.
that shit took a lot out of me. I was angry. I haven't been that angry in a long time. Uncontrollable anger. Like, you don't put that on someone. Like, that's the thing that you better be super sure. It used to be like that. Like, you have to be super sure before you put those kind of things on a person. Let's say a person like me. Like, even when we were doing worse things, we were doing bad, we had those kind of rules. There was a line, no women, no kids. You know, you hear those sayings, but those are things that I took from the street. You know, morals, integrity,
Code.
code. Those things I took because we lived and died by that. So it's strict for me. Like, it meant a lot to me. I took that really hard. But and I knew that we was gonna walk through that. We was gonna walk through that because, you know, listen, first of all, it's not true, and the truth is, you know, at the end of the day, it still reigns supreme.
When you're feeling these feelings, how do you then bounce back and get back to being Jay-Z?
I don't know. This is the first thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Actually, it was just like, all right, man, we played enough defense. 2026 is all offense. When we first dropped Reasonable Doubt, we sold 34,000 records. We went like at MTV, like, give us a performance at the last slot.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? You don't even have a video that we played. They ain't say these words, but you know what I'm saying. But the energy was like, you're new.
Yeah.
Like, you haven't proven yourself. But in our mind, the fact that we released an album was proof enough. Concept, we did it. That was hard then. We remember, we're not in control of distribution, marketing, anything. We're going like a street level, street team approach to this. And so when we put the album out, that was the win.
Yeah.
And when we had some success, and remember, on the street, we were black. Anywhere you was gonna go, you were gonna hit reasonable doubt.
Did you feel that way at the time?
No, at the time I wanted a deal.
Were you dejected?
Every single label, huh?
Did you feel like dejected or?
I wasn't. Yes, I was rejected, not dejected.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? Like every door was, but I always believed in myself.
Yeah.
It wasn't a moment that I thought I'm not good enough for this industry. At every rejection, I thought, why do they have this guy in place? He doesn't know what's going on.
Like they're slacking. They're not seeing the vision. When you look back at that time, are there things that you're glad that you didn't know?
Yeah, of course. It's almost like you're in a room and you go through this room and you get to the end and you open the door and you're like, wow. And then you turn back and you turn the lights off and it was like pits and snakes. You know, your naive nature just naturally navigated you through the dark. And that's made up for the things that we didn't know. And it helps because you can learn something so much that you just tap out. I think that happens a lot in the music business. Like people get in the music business for the right reasons and they're very passionate about it, but then it becomes mundane.
It reminds me of an old Kanye quote, something he said about you, when he said, with Jay, you always see the win. What do you think he meant by that?
I think that I've showed the entire picture, from You Must Love Me to Regrets to, you know, Soon You Understand. But the wins are so big that I can see where that can dominate a person's memory. You forget the losses.
Yeah. Or the perception.
Yeah, or that becomes the perception that it's only wins, and then I do say I will not lose. So
Well,
I could add to the perception as well.
I was gonna say you also are really good at kind of like, you have the discipline of almost like shrugging off any kind of.
Those Adidas, you see, they're very popular in New York. Everybody got those Adidas on. Even with the women, it's more like a classy look.
Of a loss, like
Yeah.
let's look. Nessa go 0 for 82. They'll look at you like it's gravy, like you know.
Yeah, because it's all wins. If I had 0.1 of the nets, I won.
Word.
It's like I had ownership in a basketball team in Brooklyn.
Is that something you continue to apply? Like
Yeah.
when, God forbid, something goes wrong, don't freak out. We can.
Not even God forbid when something goes wrong. Something goes wrong. Everything in life happens for your greatest good. Everything. I had to not get a deal in order to become who I am today. It didn't feel like the greatest blessing of all. It was the greatest blessing that I didn't get a deal, right? So again, everything in your life is not happening to you, it's happening for you.
When you
Don't skip over that.
Yeah.
It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. You just gotta know the distinction. Everything is just how you relate to it. There's no good or bad. Shit happens. It's life.
When did you reach that acceptance of that concept then?
I read a lot of books early, Seed of the Soul, Celestine Prophecies, and you know, all these different books, and I was picking up all these gems and jewels on the way. But I was also 26 when I came in, and I lived a lot of life in those 26 years. Marcy to Trenton, New Jersey, to Cambridge, Maryland, to Newport News, Virginia. I met all sorts of people in all sorts of situations, and I came out without a scratch. Never been to jail.
3 shots never touched me.
3 shots never touched me. I've never been, I came out unscathed. It's very rare. And I was always curious after that. Once you reach that part, like I've had the living, and now I'm like, man, why did that happen? Always question, like, why did that happen? Why did it happen that way?
I want to ask you just a little bit about a written testimony specifically, just because that was the most recent release. I think it came out like right before the pandemic started, so
Yeah, like the day.
The day.
Yeah. My favorite verses off that just jumbled track. Yo, I love that track. It's so noisy and just so unorthodox. Flux capacitor. Flux capacitor.
You know what's funny about that? So I don't know if you remember this. You and I were emailing about that. Because I wrote about that album And I said, this verse is crazy even if it's offbeat.
Yeah.
And you said that being offbeat was the point, champ. And I was like, well, I can't say to that.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you need to sit in the pocket. Cause my pocket is always, it's like with a foot over the thing anyway. It's always hanging to the last moment. And it's like, look, cause sometimes I try to fit a lot of words into like a small space. Then that last word just like get in the door.
Sticking with a written testimony, you have a couple of verses on there that I really like because they kind of speak to what's going on with you in a broader sense in the culture. Like Universal Soldier, I think it is, when you said that you don't keep the same energy for the DuPonts and the Carnegies. So I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like things that you do in the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about like people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense.
You know, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on musicians. People had this law for the struggling artists. That's a mind game, what we would call back in the day for tricknology. It's like, no, I'm not going for that. Like, no, I make art first, and then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take advantage of no one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in like a capitalist structure. That structure exists, and I just see the world for what it is, not for what I want it to be. I'm a realist, not an ideal. It's not idealistic.
See the world for what it is, not what you want it to be. That's important. He said, see the world for what it is instead of what you want it to be.
People speak about the world how they want to see it. You're never gonna win like that.
Have you ever heard of 1-800-GOT-JUNK?
Oh yeah, the junk removal company.
All you have to do is
The Bush Guy, cold and smooth survival skills. If red touches yellow, it'll kill a fella. But if blue touches white, it's flight. Head for the mountains.
We'll come back later.
I found something in the store.
Make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Get some exclusive interview.
Said something just now though about you pushing independence, right? Kind of like in the spirit of Prince. When you embody that, do you feel like you are kind of setting a mold or leading a charge for like what the successful black man is allowed to do, and like breaking these spaces, breaking these confines?
Yeah, I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary.
Take what?
Allowed, you know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to do anything. In order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you. No one has authority over us. We exist like everyone else here. No one can allow us to do anything. But that word comes from a real space. And I want to eliminate all those type of words for us.
Yeah.
Yes, so the answer to that is yes.
When you're on a mission to eliminate words like allow, like you said, do you feel like that makes you a target sometimes from
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. What's the Nipsey thing? Pray for me, y'all. One day I'm gonna have to pay for these stores. Real niggas is extinct. It ain't safe for me, my dog. I think a real fucking lyrics.
You've come back to that a lot in the last few years. Like,
Yeah.
the more I reveal me, the more they will kill me, and stuff like that. When you say they, like, who is that?
Whatever the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo and keep us in a position of using words like allow. So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they.
Yeah.
That's they. And it actually goes beyond color.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've encountered that a lot. Where it was just like, okay, this successful black man make it. Let me go to him
Yeah.
and for help. And they're like, you don't fuck with no rap shit.
Oh wow.
Not like out like that, but
Yeah.
you know,
That's the energy.
like the energy. It's like you see the energy.
Yeah.
You know.
I was thinking about how you described last year as being angry and for the first time in a while. You know, I wondered what it felt like to be pulled back into that feeling and how you pulled yourself out or how you leaned on the people around you.
Yeah.
And saying to pull
Yeah, I
you.
needed the people around me more than ever. Because usually when I have that feeling, I would just make music and just be therapeutic. I'll be able to upload it out.
Yeah.
And I would be like, you know, I'll move on. I had to sit in that for a long time. And luckily I had that. And right, again, I built this this circle that's really safe for me, of people that really love me, not using me, and like, you know, really care for my best interests. So I was able to have that in the time, you know, the most crucial time for me.
Yeah.
Especially people that were close to me, and I'll explain. So like, you know, when
people that love you, people that support you, people not using you, and they got your best interests, that's the kind of people you got around you. That's important. That's real important.
the things happen, people run. They don't care what happened. They don't care. It's like, save yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so I have partners. You know, I've had big deals with, I called my guy from LBMH, hey man, this is coming, and I can't get rid of it. I can't take a settlement.
Yeah.
It ain't in my DNA. First I had to tell my wife, let's just back up.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't even in me. I know what this is the weight that this is gonna bring on our family.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do it. The makeup, I would die. It would have been cheaper, yes. Cheaper, quicker, move on with your life. It was like a testament, because people know me. Like, I know who you are, and that's impossible. And not only we standing by you, but what do you need?
Yeah. What did you kind of do to come back from that personally or emotionally, I guess?
I'm still working with that. That's a great question. I'm still dealing with that.
Yeah, Jay-Z.
What was it like watching Blue come into her own even more on this most recent tour?
That was amazing. Like, you know, because on the first tour, you know, there was a lot of like, you know,
Just looking at Jay-Z, he looked like a he look important. He looked like a billionaire. He looked like somebody important. That whole setup, how they got it, just plain and simple with an old school chip. That's nice how they got that set up. Jay-Z, he looked like somebody that worked a lot.
Conversation around her first performance, and she worked really hard to get to that point, but she still wasn't going for it. She still was like going through the motions, and then after that, she just started going for it. Like, she started fighting back. I saw her fight, maybe for the first time in her life, like fighting back. You know, like not everything is just given to her and everything is easy. She had to fight for that, and she fought for it. Then to see her do the amount of work, she's almost on every number.
Yeah.
I had to take her off physically or something. I'm like, man, you can't be on that stage where she's singing, you know, 6-inch heels, you crazy? That's never gonna happen. You know, like, it was like that. It was like a fight. Or she wanted to dance every single number. And that's a lot of, you know, choreography to remember. She was 13 at the time, that's a lot. And she was nailing it, she was going crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah. That Blue is a crazy pianist. But she won't let us get her like a teacher. She don't want to be mentored in that way, because she wants it to feel just like fun. She don't want it to be a job. But when she has a perfect pitch. Anything. If she hears a song, she'll be like, play it again, and then she'll play it.
Oh wow.
Like, she'll teach herself, she'll find the notes, and then she's off playing it. That's just talent, because we tell her, like, you know, that's not normal, right? And she's just like, no, I just want to play. I enjoy playing, let me just play. So she doesn't work at that. She worked at this. and it makes me proud that she fought for something that she really wanted to do. I don't think we're gonna be able to get off that stage.
You pop out like when you want to, you record when you want to, like you're not in that that stricture of.
Yeah, I think 404 released a lot. Although it's the hardest album for me to make, it's still hard to. I can't even listen to 404 because it's so. It's the album that I was always afraid to make. You know what I mean? Like you think about, like, man, I want to make an album like it's just like pure and just like vulnerable and just like the real interior thoughts. Not like, this Superman, like this mythical figure.
So it's interesting for you to like pinpoint that because, like we were saying earlier, the last time you did one of these like kind of real sit downs was around 444, when that had like just happened and just come out. So I'm curious now, like, what it's like that it's been some time since that, and how you've kind of evolved with those changes and going through that door, like you said.
I'm super proud of the work that I've done and put in, and to be able to do that in front of the whole world.
Yeah.
Like most people, they get to, go through their things, very privately. Right?
You took it on tour.
Live every night. It was so healing. 444 to like everything is love. That's a real chapter in life that it got recorded.
Everything is love. You're rapping like really like there's some crazy verses on there where you're just like flowing nuts. Like friends and nice, like.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm a fan of my wife's creativity. She's a monster in the studio. She can hear like a sound off of like a drum 8 months prior. And you're like, what happened to that drum that was, remember that song? I'm like, no. And she'll pull out a drum sound that's like needed for that moment. You know what I mean? Like, she's a great producer. So when you're around that type of talent, it's just like, again, you're in that type of energy, people bring music and, it's just a vibe. So those verses were just crafted because we were just having a good time.
It feels like you and her are in a real creative zone too right now. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like the last couple albums she's put out, I noticed your name in the liner notes a lot too. Like, I can kind of picture you like in the studio pulling like unicorns, the uniform you put on,
Yeah, but again, it's that energy. Like I know what she's trying to accomplish, and anything that I can contribute. I mean, my family, first of all, I thought it was super important and a challenge and fun to be in the room.
Does that give you some of your own creative spark to get back to your own zone and get the pen out?
It actually does the opposite.
Really?
I'm actually fulfilled in that space. You know what I mean? Just to be like, a small cog in that wheel. I'm getting out that creativity. But again, I was just so like heavy. And I don't know how to make music that's not reflective of how I'm feeling at the moment. It would have been fiery, but I don't know. I don't know if it done more harm than good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because, I have a lot of like scratch ideas and they like all bad. I gotta be honest, they're bad. It's just like all bad.
The streets really wanted you on that Clips album.
Yeah, I was close. But I think I think the first thing that I say, it has to be said from me.
It can't be like
I don't want to be so rigid with it though. I'm gonna keep that open. I'm gonna take that back. But at that moment, I was like, yeah, I want to do something, but in order for me to move forward, I gotta get this shit out. I gotta get it out.
When we're talking about putting on for the culture, what does it mean to you to be at the helm of cultural events so important as the Super Bowl?
I think everyone should experience music in its totality. And for a lot of years, it was only one side of music that was being represented.
Yeah.
And we got the opportunity to create a more balanced idea of what popular music is today.
Yeah.
I'm not going out on a limb to say most famous people in the world
Statistically supported.
It's like, I'm not like, I didn't pick like the indie artist that I really like from Portland. The #1 streamed artist in the world. Him.
It's crazy that I think last year was still like the first solo rap act, which is crazy to say that last year was that. Was it a hard one to get across the board?
Not without conversations that was like dated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you said, just the stats show. Kendrick broke the audience record.
Yep.
It's not rocket science. It's like this is the music of our time, and it should be represented on the biggest stage because these are some of the. I'm not saying they're the only artists, right? Obviously, other artists would be offended.
Yeah.
But I think that was the right choice.
As a rapper, first and foremost, and being one of the pillars of contemporary rap, I would have to imagine that you got a special kick out of watching that show, though, in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I thought it was brave. I thought what he did was brave, and it speaks to who he is as a performer.
Mm-hmm.
He could have made it a little easy on himself.
Just aesthetically and like with the...
No. Aesthetically, it was beautiful. It was flawless. The artistic choice to play
the new
album was a choice, and brave in front of that big of an audience. Because even if 10 million people know some of these songs, there's 120 million people that's like, what is he doing? And as an artist, to stand up there and do it and complete your vision was like, I had to tip my hat. Like, I have a high respect for him already. Mm-hmm. But like even more my respect was like, he's really about what he say he's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to ask you this only as a participant and...
You don't have to give a disclaimer first.
Well, I'm just saying, as someone who was part of probably the genre's biggest rap beef.
Well, until now.
As a spectator, what did you think of the 2024 back and forth between him and Drake?
I'm gonna have an answer you're not gonna like.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna like that. That's presumptuous. I think that, look, there was 4 pillars of hip hop. There are 4 pillars of hip hop, right?
Yep.
The breakdancing.
Yep.
And so graffiti.
Yep.
There's DJing and battling.
Yep.
Breakdance is not in the forefront of rap anymore. It's actually an Olympics sport. That's dead.
That breakdance.
Graffiti.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You know, in certain places.
Yeah.
And even in like, major art and like Keith Haring.
Yeah.
And Basquiat, actually, the street artist.
Yeah.
Took it to the next level. It's not part of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
DJing. The DJ was in the forefront. It was Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Right, yeah.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah.
You don't even know the DJ for half of the artists anymore. Who's Drake DJ? I have no idea. Okay.
Couldn't tell you on top.
That no longer exists. And the last pillar is battling. We love the excitement. And I love the sparring and the music you get.
Mm-hmm.
But in this day and age, it's so much negative stuff that comes with it. Yeah. They almost wish it didn't happen.
Really?
Yeah, because it's almost like it's a final thing. Now people that like Kendrick hate Drake.
Yeah.
No matter what he makes. No matter what he says. And it goes far too. It's like attack on his character and his thing and it's like, I don't know if I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's helpful to our growth.
People.
Where the fallout lands,
mm-hmm.
especially on on social media, which takes place every day.
Yeah.
And now you have these pods of cult.
The Stan armies fighting.
Yeah, and it's like it's too far.
Yeah.
It's like bringing kids in it.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't like that. Maybe I've grown in a space that probably I sound like the old guy wagging the finger, but I think we can achieve the same thing. As far as like sparring with music, with collaborations more so than breaking the whole thing apart.
Yeah.
It could stand it before because there was no social media and there was no thing and you had the battle, it was fun and then you moved on.
Right.
Right now I don't know if it could stand it with the technology that we have.
Because it takes up so much oxygen.
It takes up so much oxygen.
Yeah.
And now it's just like every day they're just trying
to still talking about it.
Not just talking about it. Not like, yo, this song I like this.
Yeah.
It's like trying to tear down people's life.
Yeah.
It's like trying to, wreck this guy's marriage or this guy's relationship with his child. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's worth it at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's interesting.
Again, I love the idea that we got so much music in such a short period of time.
Great music.
Just everything around it was just like, man, it's like taking us a couple steps back.
Yeah.
And we just grown so much that I don't know if, I guess I'm gonna say, I don't know if battling needs to be part of the culture anymore.
Interesting.
I hate that I had this point of view. I do, because I know what it sounds like. I know what it feels like. I hate it. It's just how I feel about it.
It's true because when people start battling each other, it get dangerous. And because the person that's gonna lose gonna kill and he gonna fight, and they can't just battle and just congratulate the person that's won, or the person that's won can teach the person that lost how they could have won or how they can win. So that's what should go on. When you got two people, I think, is competing against each other, the person that lose, they should, give them props and give them respect for winning, and then the person that won should give them props for fighting like a man, and they gave it they all, and then the person that won should teach the person that lost some tricks to win, and the person that lost should just keep his head. They used to tell us when we used to play sports, keep your head up. Like, don't put your head down, don't be mad because you lost. You lost, motherfucker. You can't win everything. But in today's world, the people that gonna lose, they gonna fucking fight and hurt somebody. You shouldn't be like that because it's just a fucking game. But it's serious, but it ain't that damn serious. Like, when we used to be playing in sports, as a kid, we always played sports in my neighborhood. And when we lose. We always won, but when my cousin them, they come from the hood, they was a little bit faster than us and tougher than us, and we was tough, we was fast. And them niggas used to be, like, I used to have to play my hardest against them. You know what I'm saying? But it was always fun. But I used to take my losses as a man. And if I was when I used to be better than them, I used to brag. I used to just be better than them. If I caught the ball over them, next play they'll catch the ball over me. If I tackle them hard, they'll tackle me hard. So we should have that respect for one another. You know what I'm saying? And we, like he said, you should think about your consequences before you hurt somebody, or you should just treat other people the way you want to be treated. That's my thing. And you should just value another person's life, and you shouldn't do something to someone that you don't want done to you. Period. You know what I'm saying? And just take your loss. It ain't nothing wrong with a loss. You ain't gotta win. You ain't gotta win. Everybody take a loss, bro. This might be your day to take a loss. Like, I'm the type of person, I ain't even gotta win. If I'm fucking with somebody that's gotta win, and they trying to win, I'll be like, bro, I don't even care. I don't even want to play. It ain't even that serious. Like, you mad? You got your feelings in this shit? I don't even give a fuck about this. I always been like that. Like, bro, you mad? You care about? I don't even care about this. The fact that you mad and you taking it serious, like, it defeats the purpose.
Extended to you, right? Because people made it a personal thing that you chose Kendrick for the Super Bowl. It's like, oh man, he's choosing the side and he's putting, and he's not.
Like I don't have, what do I have to do with that? I chose the guy that was having a monster year. I think it was the right choice.
Word.
It wasn't in some sort of alliance to a battle.
Yeah.
What I care about them two guys battling, like, what's that got to do with me?
Word.
Have at it. Have fun. It's almost like, not on just me, by the way. They drag everybody in there. Like, everyone's part of this conspiracy to undermine Drake, I guess. But, like, who the fuck? Like, what? I'm fucking Jay-Z. Or due respect to him. I'm fucking old. Dude, respectfully.
Word.
Like, for what? To what end?
Yeah.
It could be that these guys just don't like each other.
Yeah.
And I think they haven't liked each other for a long time.
Before you had anything to do with it.
Yeah, well, wow. Yeah. I think this has been brewing, just like me and Nas was brewing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen at the Summer Jam. That happened at Lex and TV sets, minimum, whatever. It was a whole bunch of stuff leading up to that point.
Myth Bleak, what is the Myth Bleak slugs in your hat, right?
It was slugs in your head. It was a bunch of like little things that led up to that point. And then when it happened, I actually regret that. I really like Nas. He's a really nice guy.
But also to your point, like I remember I was like 10 or 11 when that happened. I was
That's
like,
the biggest side.
well, I was on your side.
Yeah, I got clearly.
But my position was I can't go out and buy Stillmatic or ask my parents to buy Stillmatic.
Yeah,
But I'm gonna borrow it and burn it because I can't deny one mic, you know?
like I want to hear it.
Yeah.
But I ain't supporting them.
Word.
Yeah.
You say you regret it because Nas a nice person, yeah. Sometimes you end up having a problem with a person that you think is cool because the people around you may hype it up, the people close to you may hype it up. So you gotta be careful with that beef shit because it can
So it's almost kind of like fostering the same independence that you carry versus like
Right back to the
just
beginning.
being like you're signed to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna curate your career in this sort of way.
Yeah.
You know, I never was comfortable with that anyway.
With being
You know,
in
artist
charge.
expression should be their expression.
Mhm.
I really like fall back. That's I think what happened with Cole. Like just the narrative around Cole is that we didn't love Cole. No, we believed in him enough to let him find his journey,
Yeah.
and he found his path. It took him a minute,
Yeah.
but he found his way.
Was that something that you had to learn yourself though too? Because Cole will tell the story about how like you wanted to sit him with Stargate and maybe think about that single.
Yeah, I was giving him a chance to take his talent and show it to the most people possible.
Yeah.
But his way. You know, I didn't force on. I say, here's this record from Stargate, and you putting it out like I forced Bleak to make them Bleak. It was like, no.
I mean, I think that worked.
My little brother. But he has to listen. You know what I mean? But like for J. Cole, he has to find his own direction. And I'm gonna give him the tools.
Yeah.
I mean, we made big records with Stargate. They made humongous records and on Rihanna and blah blah blah, and even I think they made the Wiz Khalifa Black and Yellow.
Yep. Yeah.
Biggest songs in the world.
Yeah.
You don't want to go see it? Fine. All right. You know, so I'm gonna present that, but I'm not gonna make them do it.
Yeah. What is your relationship with Cole like these days?
Obviously, there's things behind the scenes with, you know, like you know, artists and shit like that gets complicated.
Yeah.
But I think given the chance to prove that you're above board is an opportunity.
Word.
So I don't have any negative feelings for him. I'm actually super proud of him and what he's done.
It sounds like you're still like when you came in, we were talking about the mixtape. Like you're still engaging with the work as a fan too.
Yeah, Clue sent it to me actually.
Oh, word.
Clue, not Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent it to me because he's proud, right?
Yeah.
Think about Clue, like he had like a resurgence behind it.
Yeah. I want to go back to this idea we were talking about just doing things the right way, even when that comes to like attaining wealth and continuing to amass wealth. We're talking about B-sides. One of your illest lines to me is face to the ceiling, race to 1 billion, heaven on earth, will his wings still fit him? So
Yeah.
like, what's the answer to that question? Is it a constant struggle to maintain?
Your
this-
morality defines who you are,
Mhm.
right? It's not what you attain. It's not a dollar amount that changes you.
Yeah.
And if so, what is that dollar amount?
Mhm.
When does it start? Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Like at what point, if it's a cutoff, if it's like all millionaires are bad,
Yeah.
okay. So at 999,000, I'm good. It can't be that way, right? It doesn't make any sense. The system is set up against me, against us. I'm talking about my specific struggle.
Yeah.
Everything was against me. My talent, not taking advantage of people, not taking advantage of a system, not creating tax loopholes, not just taking from other people money. No, my talent pushed against all the headwind. And with that success, I've done things with my reach that I wanted to do that was helpful for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And with the system that we have, what are you gonna do? Because I don't believe in that the idea that someone has a certain amount of money it defines their personality.
Mm-hmm. So when you have like an example like that
Shit make you wanna go
versus
back
like
and
the
listen
kind
to
of
all
I would
this
say
stuff,
commonplace
man,
public
because
perception that someone would
you really
say
gotta
all
know the
billionaires are bad, or
situation.
no one
You're
should
trying
have
to
$1 billion.
fight
Like, what's the tension in that?
I gotta give you the honest answer.
Please.
There's no tension.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you say. You can believe what you want to believe.
Word.
You know, people behave the way they want to behave.
Mm-hmm. You was
And
who you was when you got here.
You was who you was when you got here. That's the makeup of your person. You're gonna believe what you're gonna believe, and you're gonna behave the way you behave.
You're looking at a year that you defined to me as all offense. And you know, you said that you made scratches and they sounded kind of like fiery and maybe not anything you wanted to put out. So it made me wonder, like, what are the hallmarks of a great Jay-Z album right now? Like, what are you trying to put out there that you would want to put out there?
I don't know yet. I don't know. But I know that we have enough negativity currently.
Mm-hmm.
I know that for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what I need to create currently that's gonna like fulfill me.
Okay.
Make me happy. Because that's most important.
Yeah.
Right? And whatever that feeling is, you know, will vibrate and might, you know, touch people in a way with its honesty. And maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm stopping myself from just creating, trying to create something that people like.
Yeah.
Is where I think a lot of artists get jammed up.
Right. Or
You know,
overthinking it.
Yeah, they just try to make.
Or reverse engineer. Yeah.
Yeah, or like, you know, they love the feeling of that white hot feeling of when they was you know, it felt new.
Yeah.
And that newness, trying to create that is where they get jammed up because you don't know slang, you don't know anything. It's sad. It's like, it's cringy. Like,
Yeah.
nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Make your type of music.
Word.
Because you ain't doing what you saying you're doing. I'm not doing the same thing I was doing in '96.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to make that any type of music that approaches that would be embarrassing because it's not authentic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna make something timeless that I really love and that's really honest and true to who I am.
You once said to the Russian billionaire that you were doing business with, I think with the Nets or Barclays, Mikhail, and you were saying how he showed you that, like, you both stayed at the same hotel and you were on one floor and you thought you were staying on the highest floor, and he revealed that there was an even higher floor that he stayed on. And that lesson to you was that there's always a higher floor to climb. So I wanted to check back in and see if you still feel that way. Like, do you feel like you've reached the highest floor, or there's still floors to climb, and
it's
what the next
higher
however many years looks for you?
Yeah, more stuff to dig because I thought the highest floor in the building was the end of it, right? The next step is like owning the building. No, you're staying at my hotel.
That's hard.
I think in that way, if we just stay childlike and stay curious, there's always going to be another level.
Stay curious. Stay childlike. That's what's up. It's always important to live your life like a kid, enjoy your life like a kid, but just work hard. That was a good interview, man. It's something for us to take and jot down. I like the part what he said. If you do make an album, he ain't gonna be talking about the stuff that he did in '96, but because it'd be embarrassing. I like that. A lot of rappers need to take to that. We don't want to hear about that killing and selling crack shit. That shit old. You was doing that 20, 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? We want to hear the real and what's going on in your real lifetime events now. So shout out to, what is that, QC? I gotta probably watch something. No, GQ. But shout out to Jay. That was a good one. Don't make sure you like, share, comment.